I am. Oh, I'm a mommy.
We are live. Okay, and we are live. I'm not sure if you can see me yet because it is live. We can hear me. Okay, and welcome to our Manal Seder. We're very, very excited. And as the Rebbe asked, that it's not just a fun thing, but it's actually a very good thing to do because we should learn that by the time the Seder happens, we know what's flying. Okay, of course, very interesting. There's a minute that the children ask, what am I saying? Not yet. Before each thing that we do, there is a custom that children say something and announce next part. For example, Kadesh.
Kadesh, wenn der Tate kommt daheim von Schule, mach mir gleich Kiddush, kedei die Kinder sollen nicht einschlafen, und wir sollen kennen, fragen ihn, wann ich kann.
Yeah, and that means, like he announces, as Kadesh, when Tati comes home from Shul, he makes Kiddush right away, so the children shouldn't fall asleep. Hey, Tati, make Kiddush right away. So the children can ask the Manishtana. Now, here's an opening beautiful story. The Shpala Zaidi, my Zaidi, once came home from the Seder, and his little Enokel stands up and he says, Kadesh, when the Tati comes home from Shul, he makes Kiddush right away. And the Shpala Zaidi said, okay, what's with the rest? He says, what rest? He says, well, what's with the rest of the part? You know, the children you should make Kiddush right away, so your children shouldn't fall asleep. And he said, we didn't learn that in class. So this is the importance and beauty of a minute. The Shpala Zayda then saw his son's teacher, and he said, who gave you permission to change the custom? He said, oh, it's too long. There were young kids. I didn't want to teach them the whole thing. And he said, don't you understand? This is the child's cry to Hashem, and he says, Hashem, when he should make Kiddush right away, make your nation holy. Of course, the Mashiach comes, it's considered the marriage, right? The beginning of the marriage was by Matan Torah, and the end of the marriage is when Mashiach comes. We say, Kadesh, Tati and Himmel, be Mekadesh your children right away, because Chas v'Shalom, you don't want your children to fall asleep. We want to be excited about Mashiach. We ask Hashem, hurry up. We don't want your Yidalach to fall asleep. Okay, so, of course, the mommy's going to bench licht. So, mommy, please bench licht. This should really be done, even though you're allowed to bench lift a little bit lighter, but it should be done before, just like a normal Shabbos. Bench lift right away. The second night, you actually have to bench lift only after Maidiv, because if you remember, we said you cannot light a fire from one day to the next. Okay, so now it's time for Kiddush. Who remembers what we're going to do different? I hope everyone brought their different grape juice or their punch or any type of fun drink. You can have, like I said, either you have your own cutouts or your fake foods. We have a little bit of a model, literally model, like or you can have some fun food. So we're going to all make Kiddush tonight. Of course, we're going to try. Now, make believe it says wine. I know it says grape juice, but hey, at least it's not punch. So now whatever drink that you had, you are going to now fill your becher. So even though you're a girl, even though you're a mommy, even though you're a young boy and never makes Kiddush before, we are going to make Kiddush. Now, of course, as everyone knows, make sure you have your colorful Haggadah, something really fun. Now, just be careful. If you're not a kosher Pesach Seder, then don't either have a Chametz Haggadah, or we'll go through it with you. But as we're showing off over here, all of our different, everyone, boys, come on, show off your different, cool, beautiful Haggadahs. Make sure there's so many styles. Make sure your Haggadah is exciting, fun, keeps you involved. And here goes Kiddush. Now, we're going to make words up for Kiddush, but the Hagafen, if you're drinking real Kiddush, then make sure you say a real bracha Hagafen, as I will make. If you're making, if your Kiddush is made out of like a drink, some fun punch or water, then make sure you don't say Hagafen. Rather, you're going to be saying Shahakol. But on the night of Pesach, of course, make sure you're saying Hagafen. Okay, now if you remember, what do we have to do as soon as we drink? So we're going to try to remember this very, very carefully. What we're going to try to do when we drink is lean to the side. And number two, try to drink up the whole thing if you can. But don't forget to lean to your left, right? So if you lean to your right, that's not good. In fact, that's dangerous because you kind of got two pipes in here. And if you lean to your right, then there's a little flap on top of your brain. Okay, stop. This is not a biology class, mate. But nonetheless, it's actually considered dangerous to eat on your right because then your windpipe opens up and the food could fall down your windpipe. Hashem made it very cool that even though you have a windpipe and a food pipe, when you eat, there's a little hat. It's called in Hebrew the kova, the little hat that actually covers your windpipe, so the food doesn't fall into your windpipe. So actually two different pipes. Okay, get no biology. Let's make Kiddush. Okay, and depending, of course, if it was a Shabbos or Yom Tov this year's Shabbos is going to be during, what am I saying? Yom Tov is going to be during weekdays, so we don't have to do the Yom HaShishi. We're going to vote. Now, girls do not have to lean. So if you're a girl, you do not have to lean because when leaning stops, see, I got the beautiful, maybe we'll do a good nice, for Kiddush, I'll do a real Haseba like they did in the olden days. All right. So we'll do a real Haseba for like the olden days, but in the olden days, everyone leaned. But then they stopped leaning, but men continued to lean. But ladies still stayed like queens and princesses on a throne, and they don't lean. They never took the minutes. If you're a lady or a girl, don't need to lean. Now, here we go. Then we're going to read all the words. But now everyone's making it, so we're going to all say with Tati. Remember, we practiced one. And then we actually say the bracha. If you're ready to drink. Okay, was that yums? I think so. Now, finish the whole cup. We did it leaning on our left. Was that my left? Was that my real left? It was my real left. Baruch Hashem. Okay, so I don't have to drink this again. We said to try to have in mind that if you made a mistake.
I went to my right.
Okay. So, ready for Orchat. Orchat, we're going to wash our hands. Hey, not drinking it. I thought we drank without a bracha. Now we drink without a bracha. Chas v'shalom. We wash our hands without a bracha. So we're going to wash our hands. Orchat, we wash our hands. Now, interesting, the reason is because it gets into the Sefer HaMitzvahs we were learning about. Do you remember a couple of days ago we were learning about how food could become tameh? Now, just interesting, the way a food can become tummy if it gets wet. So say you took a food out of the ground and it was dry, it cannot become tummy. That's one of the halachas, the different rules about how food comes tummy. It needs to become wet. Now, since we're going to make our onion wet in the salt water, so we have to wash our hands to make sure our hands are not tummy. Did you get that? Are you following? Okay. Regardless, Orchat, should we speak? Even though we're not going to make a bracha, you still should not speak. Even though we're not making al natilas yadayim, don't speak. So, no, hurry up. Wait. Okay. Then, karpas. We're going to take some yummy, either our minute to take onion, you could take patata, you could take, some people take parsley or other stuff. And make sure, who remembers what we have to do when we're going to dip it in? We're going to make a bracha. Which one? Hadama. What should we have in mind? I'm about to make Hadama. Short stop. What am I going to have in mind? Yes, what are we going to have in mind? What should else? The Mara. Make sure when I have in mind I'm making Hadama, make sure, the bracha should also be for the Mara. And we're going to do dip. So, yum, gross. That's really spicy. And that reminds us the salt water, the salty tears that the Yidden suffered in Mitzrayim. And, okay, now we go to Yachatz. And little Shneir Zalman, who's now pretty big, says, Tati, I don't get you. What's going on over here? You prepared your three. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We skipped one part, of course. That was to set up your actual kara plate. Rabbi Lipsker, how do you forget that? Trust me. Don't worry. I know what to do. Okay. So we're going to start off. Sorry. What happened till now was just the advertisement. Now we're starting. Okay, that was just a preview. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start with building our Seder plate. And there's different customs to do it. We're going to start from the bottom. Like we're building a building. We're going to go through a Seder. So we're going to start. And Tati goes for like 20, 30 minutes. Maybe this is why the Seder takes so long to start. We want to make sure that that every matzah is good, it's whole, it's wholesome, and it tastes some. Not yet. Hold it. So we're going to start with the Yisrael. Then we're going to put a cover on it. Then we're going to go to of course, the Levi. And then we're going to do the Kohen. That spells Yisrael Levi Kohen. Yelech. Keep going, mate. And that's how a Jew should always keep going. Then we're going to do sorry. I hope you have your Seder plate. Putting it on, and we're going to make 2 segels. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 segels. On your right, we're going to have Hashem's right hand. Zuraya. Do you remember what Zuraya actually means? It means actually an arm, because some people use an arm. Some people, it also reminds us of Hashem's strong arm against all the Mitzrayim, against all the Rishayim that will take us on a stretched arm to grab us out of Golus. So we're going to put our Zuraya on the top right. That's right. Then right across it, there was another carbon. So this, who remembers what this commemorates? What's this to remind us of? Hello, what does it remind us of? Very good. Hello, Shepsi, are you here still? Nah. Yes. Okay, not you. Relax. We need to wait till Mashiach comes. You get back down there. We're going to now put across this, on the exact opposite side on the left, there was actually another carbon that we brought on Passover, and that was the typical regular Yom Tov carbon. Every Yom Tov, you actually bring carbon. So the carbon Chagig. Yo! Dude, who educated you? Where you going to online school? Okay, the carbon Chagiga, and that literally means Chag, right? The carbon for Yom Tov. So there's a special Pesach carbon, the Chagiga, you actually bring every single Yom Tov. Pesach, Shavuos. So we're going to remember that also. We're going to eat an egg, because we always want to remember that we're not happy in Golus. No matter, Baruch Hashem, we don't have to hide when we're doing the Seder. We're not at the Moranos. We're not doing this in a basement. Baruch Hashem, it's good times. We're able to have gold and silver by our thing. But we always want to remember Eretz Yisrael. And the reason why we're going to eat a egg is because, unfortunately, people that mourn eat round things. You might remember that from... Remember, who's cooked that stew of round things? Remember, Yaakov cooks his little lentils because they're round. And Rashi says it's the custom for mourners to eat something round, because it shows that, first of all, there's no opening. It's just round and round, because of, to remind that we don't talk really much during the time of mourning and the circle of life. That, people pass away, but Baruch Hashem, the new Mazel Tovs come. And so we're going to remember that we're mourning for the Beis HaMikdash, but in the hope that this year it's going to be for real. All right, in the middle, smack dab in the middle, is going to be the first part of our segel, is our maror. Our custom, you'll see on different Seder plates, some people put the white maror, the actual horseradish in the over here, and the baby cos. Our minigas, we're going to actually use both. So we take the lettuce, we're going to sprinkle it with our maror, and put it here. This lettuce, the first middle one, should be completely dry, because, the ones that we put, if you're making a kair, they should both be dry since it's near the matzah. But the second maror, we'll talk soon, should be completely dry, because you're going to put it between your two
Matzah.
Not latkes. Matzahs. Okay. Then we're going to have over here our charoises made out of nuts, made out of apple, and made out of wine. And that's and pears. That's pretty cool, because there is actual pasuk when we talk about the Mishkan. It says charoishes even and charoishes eitz. Now, if you read it with a sin, what do you get? Not charoishes, but charoises. And what's even? Apple, bar, which is a pear in Yiddish, and nis, and nuts. That's the ingredients. It's hinted in the Torah. The ingredients for how to make charoises, apple, bar, nis, and also charoises eitz. Now, interesting, we don't do the other two, the ayin and tzaddik, which is ingbar, which is ginger. That was the old way to do it, but today we have the custom not to eat ingbar, which is ginger, and cinnamon. Cinnamon, yes. Okay, now we got our charoshes ready. We're going to put a karpas, and that again could be any vegetable. Our custom is onion, if not potatoes. And then again, we're going to have our dry lettuce for our koresh. All right, we're ready to begin. Okay, let's fast forward. Karpas, yachatz. Okay, karpas. Now it's yachatz. That's what we're holding. Okay, so if you have your crackers, what do you have over there? Tell me louder. You have a crack? Yeah? Oh, you have a rice tin, and you have a cracker, and you have a paper. Okay, so now we have our three matzahs, and we're going to take the middle one. And we're going to try to make sure it's off the table, no crumbs on the table. I'm going to do yachat. Yeah. Oh, pretty cool. And it turned out like a puzzle. Oh, it's so perfect. How did they do that? Okay, now we got to measure. Okay, Musia, we're going to measure which one's bigger. Okay, this one covers that much, and this one covers that much. I think we found a winner. And of course, Yosef Yitzchak asked, Tati, you just spent an hour before the Seder trying to find whole matzahs. Why are you breaking them? And yeah, why are we breaking them? I don't know. Good question. These kids ask a lot of questions. And one of the reasons is because today, even though on Shabbos should we have or yeah, whole. And on Shabbos we make sure we have lechem mishwan to be whole. But we're going to remember Mitzrayim, how we had broken bread, poor bread. Tonight's matzah is called the lechem oini, the poor bread. So the whole Haggadah we need to say on a broken piece. The Levi, and he's going to go the bigger piece. The smaller piece we're going to put back in between the other matzahs, and the bigger piece we're going to break it to 5. And we're going to put it in our customs to particularly put it into a special sack. And this is to remind us of I think some families have the custom actually to throw it over their back, and like little Shneur Zalman over here who loves to run around like the Yidden leaving Mitzrayim with their little bag. So we do to put it in a bag. And you either put it under your pillow, you put it away. Now, of course, there's different customs about grabbing the afikomen. The Babich custom usually is not to steal the afikomen because the Rebbe did not. The Rebbeim said it's not necessarily a great education. Now, there are many menhagim to do that. So instead of getting a prize for afikomen, say, Mom and Dad, Mommy and Tati, Mommy and Tati. Just because we're not sneaking your afikomen doesn't mean we don't get a prize. So, yeah, we get the manada. So in our family, we do, what do we have?
Manishtana.
We got manishtana presents. And that's where we're going to start. Okay, so we'll do, hey, la, manya, la, 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 la. We're going to now fill the second cup because each cup, you need to do something. You can't just keep drinking cups, right? If someone drank that night of Seder, all 4 cups in a shot, were you to the 4 cases? No, each cup needs to be for something. So the first cup was for Kiddush. The second cup is going to be for the
Haggadah.
So therefore, we're not going to pour the grape juice all the way at the end of the Haggadah, rather in the beginning, because the whole Haggadah is going to be set on the second glass. Okay, everyone? All right, yum over here. Not too much, not too much. We don't want you to get drunky of the grape juice over here. All right, and we're going to start with the manishtana. Now, I want you to practice, or we're actually going to go through this. We're going to do 2 manishtanas today. We're going to do the Yiddish one and the manishtana. All right. Just relax. So we're going to do both. You can either join us for both of them or join us for whichever one you prefer. But please, I want you to take this time right now. And don't forget, if you send in a picture, you will be in today's raffle. Take a picture of yourself. You're doing manishtana or doing any part of the Seder. So we'll start with the Yiddish one, and we will go to Yosef Yitzchak. Loud and clear.
Tata, what they're fragging, fair, cautious, Manishtana. As I go along, I suppose it's on this. Як ми Pesach, when alle merken een ganz jaar. De eerste kasje is, ze begonnen Leila is, en dan wat Pilina viel beim Echos, Leila zei, steef om hem. Alle nacht wel ganz jaar, toch hem is bijna veel eenmaal, aber die macht von Pesach, zurück ein, zweimal. Einmal gab es ein Salzwasser, und die zweite Mal morgen Chareisas.
Die zweite kasje is, ze begonnen is, und euch Klim kommt zu Matza, Halayla ze, Kuloi Matza. Alle Nacht von der ganzen Jahr essen wir kommen zu der Matza, aber die Nacht von Pesach essen wir alle nur Matza.
Die dritte kasje is, ze begonnen is, und euch Klim Sharirakais, Halayla ze, Morar. Alle Nacht von der ganzen Jahr essen wir alle Grünze, und die Nacht von Pesach essen wir bittere Grünze.
Die vierte kasje is, ze begonnen is, und euch Klim wenn ich will meine Sohn mal leider sehr gewonnen müssen alle nach der ganze Essen Sitzigkeit oder Angelerntheit über die Nacht von Pesach essen alle noch essen alle Angelerntheit.
Tate, aber der Frage für Kashes. Yes, bitte give me a tiro.
These are genius questions. Where'd you get them from?
My teacher.
Okay. And now sing along with us, parrots. Mr. Frog, you gonna sing Ma'ale Shana? Okay, Monsieur. And loud, please join along. And we'll do it together. We're gonna all sing it together. So 1 and a 2 and a 7 and a 20. Manishana halayla ze mikol halayla mikol halayla bom shebechol halayla ein anu matbilim afilu pamechad halayla ze shetei pe'amim halayla ze shetei pe'amim shebechol halaylot anu ochlin chametz oma halayla ze kulo matzah halayla ze kulo matzah shebechol halaylot anu ochlin shi'ar yirakot together halayla ze maror halayla ze maror. All right, I can't hear you. Come on, I want to hear you all the way to Meadow Street. Shebechol halaylos anu ochlin ben yoshvim o ben mizubim. Oh, wrong way. Ben yoshvim o ben mizubim. Halayla ze kulanu misubin. Halayla ze kulanu misubin. Okay, so we asked the 4 questions. Why is this time? Are you kidding me? You know why this year is different than other year? We're sitting at home with karaoke. All right, just relax. And what is the answer? Because this year is different. This year we're going to say Manishtan Alayla because this year, Pastor Hashem, we're going to bring the Korban Pesach. I told you that when the base of English comes stop it. Gross. You're so slimy. All right, just relax. Okay, that's disgusting. This year we're going to have a Korban Pesach, and there's a 5th question. Say, Shebechol halolot ono ochlin ben tzli, ben mevushel ben tzli, something like that. Which means whether cooked meat or roasted, ben mevushel ben tzli. Halayla ze kurola no tzli. Halayla ze not kurola no tzli. We're not all being roasted, but only tzli tonight. So we're going to ask a 5th question when Mashiach comes. Why do we eat every other night? We can eat regular meat or roasted meat. Tonight, only roasted. Get ready for that 5th question. All right, we'll see you soon, mate. And Tati says, why is this night different than other night? This night, the night that Hashem made us Tzivos Hashem, the night that He took us out of Mitzrayim. And we're going to scream. Avadim hayinu. Nafaroi b'Mitzrayim. Vayotzienu sing Hashem Elokeinu. V'shami yachazaka v'Yisrael nituya. We were slaves to Parai and Mitzrayim. And if Hashem not took us out, not only us, our ancestors, their children, and even us, we'd be slaves. Stop crying and work. We'd be slaves to Pharaoh in Egypt. And even if we think we know the story, but Rabbi Lipsker, but I know this story already. I already watched 5 times Exodus. What's that other video? Out of Egypt, and my mother told me the story. But even if you're the wisest, kulanu nevoinim, it's a mitzvah tonight to really elaborate on all the details of the crazy miracles, because we should realize that it's not a history book. It's not an old Haggadah. It's not some old history book. Rather, it's today. Today, Hashem is giving up miracles. He's taken us out of Mitzrayim. He has the ability. And we then speak about the different stories of the sages that, of course, stayed up all night for Yetzias Mitzrayim. And then, of course, we read about, doesn't matter what type of child you have. It doesn't matter what type of child you are. And for your parents to say, my child is I'm not going to bother with him, telling him too much. He's not even interested in the Seder. My child too stupid. My friend is too stupid. I'm not going to tell him anything. He wouldn't understand anyways. Says the Torah, there are 4 types of sons, and you should talk to each of them. our first son. Hello, my name is Hacham. My name is Hacham. I'm very, very smart. And I know everything, but I still want to know more. And then, of course, you got our next son. Where's all my prappies? No, hello. My name is Russia. My name is Russia Ferrigan, and I'm not interested in everything that you're doing, okay? And then, of course, we have Tom. Hello, my name is Tom. I'm simply Tom. And what's going on here? And, of course, then we have Shineno Lealisho. What? And Shineno Lealisho just don't know how to ask any questions. Okay, yo, relax. Okay, but Hashem says, no matter what type of child you are, brilliant, or your friend or your neighbor, or the boy sitting next to you, or the girl sitting next to you, Hashem says, I want you to talk about to each child on their level, whether it's the Chacham to tell them all the details, or the Rasha that says, if you were Mitzrayim, you speak like this. If you were Mitzrayim, you wouldn't be revealed. Why would we? How do we expect someone to love Yiddishkeit if we scream at him like that? Well, the Rebbe says we're actually also saying you're lucky. If you were a Mitzrayim, you would never been out because you would die with the other Yidden that were evil and did not want to leave Mitzrayim. But you're lucky because in the final Geula, no Jew will be left behind, and every Yid's going to go out of Galus. Okay, come on, Rabbi, let's go. We want to eat already. I know, but you know the Haggadah takes a long time. So after we speak about the 4 children, we're going to go to all the details, and then we're going to do and we say that not only the par is not the first, the Rasha. So let's sing about the 4 sons. Baruch HaMakayim Baruch Baruch HaMakayim Baruch Baruch Shenazan Torah Liyam Yama Yisrael Baruch Pum 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 together. Baruch HaMakayim Baruch Baruch HaMakayim Baruch Baruch Shenazan Torah Liyam Yama Yisrael Baruch. And then we say, blessed Hashem, that He pays attention to all the children. But the Rebbe said there's a 5th child. And unfortunately, the Haggadah doesn't talk about the 5th child. Do you know why? Because all the other children, we have to talk to them by the Seder. But the 5th child is not by the Seder. That's why there's no pasuk for him. He's not by the Seder. And our job is to make sure that the 5th child comes to the Seder. Okay, and then we say, but and then we speak about all the suffering of the Yidden with the Paroi, and he wants, yes, Paroi whipping the Jews. Go work, and go make me bitter herb tea, and go work again, and no sleep. And we speak about all the terrible things that he was actually little, fat Paro was making Yidden crazy and making them work hard. Imagine you were dragged from your home, and all of a sudden you have to start working like a behemoth, working like a real animal, and whipped like a dog, and that's what was going on in Paran. We cried to Hashem, and Hashem came and saved us, and we're going to speak about all the miracles. And then we say, Hashem, you know what? It's not a one-time story. In every generation, even before Paran, Lavan tried to destroy us. And then Paran came, and Haman came, and the next Russia came, and Spain came, and England came, and Europe came, and Germany came. But you, Hashem, have promised us that we will get out of Galus and you'll always save us. And for that, I want to say L'chaim. V'hi shamda elav yiseinu v'elanu Shelo yechad bilvad Amad oleinu l'chal loiseinu Ela shebechal adai levadai Oyim dim aleinu lechal lo yiseinu V'hakadosh baruch hu matzileinu miyadav. In every generation, every generation they try to stand against us. But V'hakadosh baruch hu Matzilenu Miyadam V'hakadosh Baruch Hu Matzilenu. Okay, I'll go out. I think we have a fifth song. All right. Now, if you're wearing a party hat, by the Seder, no one's watching, you go, no, do not do that. No drinking yet. Hold your horses. We're going to now speak about all Hashem's miracles. And you should know that each makkah wasn't just 10 makkahs. We're going to start speaking in the Haggadah that actually each makkah came with another 10 makkahs. It was fantastic. Some people say each makkah came with 50 makkahs. Every makkah was so much involved. And then we're going to say, Hashem is not only God of the heaven, but Hashem's God of the earth. He can do whatever he wants, not only to Parai, but every generation. Yes. So we have Parai and the 10 plagues. I don't want to listen to Moshe. I do not want to listen to Moshe, even though he said first plague. Now, what you do when you speak about the 10 plagues, of course, we're going to go. Let's first sing it, and then we'll go through the fun. So, everyone is going to take a broken plate because the broken plate represents Tumah, represents Galus, represents evil. And we're spilling Hashem's anger onto them. We're going to go, dumb, not that type of dumb. Come on, you know this one. Dam Tzvardeya Kinim Arai Deverschin Barat Arbechoishech Makas Bechoirais. Hey, 10 Makois, 10. The mitzvah more punished again and again. 10 Makois, 10. Mitzvah more punished again. Dumb. Pretty dumb. I'm not going to listen to Moshe. Hey, Jew, give me some water. Just come on, give me some water, give me some water. Oh my God. Blood. Ah. Okay, but I'm thirsty. What should I do? And Moshe said, you want to feed the people?
You want to feed the people?
No. And Moshe said, what's the next makkah?
Frogs.
Tzvardeya. Put on the hook. Okay, I'll look at the press down, sister. Okay. Okay, on spring it up, Paroi. Oh, what frogs could bother me? What frogs could bother me? I see a big fat frog. And of course, there was a big fat frog that was shy. Well, not the Egyptian one. And the big fat frog came. All right, stay tuned to the big fat frog that may or may not show up. When the Egyptians, just leave and watch the frog. Because everyone's waiting and watching you. Okay, and when they would whip the frog, what did the frog do? What frog? Okay, and the frogs jumped all over park. Maybe the frog will show up at some point. We're going to continue. And then came Kinim. And Kinim, Oh, you ready for Friday? Okay, so we'll get the Tzvardeya back soon. And Kinim, And of course, then came Araib, and the wild animals. Is Tzvardeya ready? Yeah. Tzvardeya is ready to debut. They can't see, so you have to jump on me. Okay. And I think Tzvardeya is back after a short break. Oh, my Tzvardeya. By the way, happy birthday to our Tzvardeya. It's parents, Moshe. It's Tzvardeya's 5th birthday. And it's Tzvardeya. Help! This is not very comfortable. Okay, you know what? Being at home for 3 weeks with all these children, I think I know why Parai didn't like Tzvardeya. Okay. Good job. Oh, good job. Then came Arai, and then came, hello. Oh, Parai, I'm feeling so cool. Did you know the next makkah was Dever? Are you serious? Yeah. Okay, and all their animals went, oh, my little Shepselet. And then came Skin, oikevad geschrigen. That hurt. All these boils came, and little Parai, oikevad, big Parai. We got all these parkukeltes. And every time, oikevad geschrigen. These pimples hurt. I think these pimples hurt when you take them off, not when you put them on. Okay. All these boils. Right. So this is the special boils that they hurt when you. Okay. And then, of course, and then came Barad. Now, you've seen Barad before in Australia, actually, but these were massive. Not that massive. Okay. That was a But the real bar was massive, and it came on fire. And then came, did we mess that up? I think we did. Yeah, no, we didn't. We're good. And then Arba came. It's pretty cool, by the way. It's pretty wacky that this year, this year, actually, there was a real plague in somewhere in Africa of all these Arba came and eating up all their fields. Yep. And then, of course, came Choshe. Somebody hit the light. Oh, okay. And, of course, finally, after Pari did not agree, came what? Mankis Bechayrais. And Paris was going to say, first Mr. Darkness came. And then Musya is going to show you what happened at the 10th plague. Put it to the camera. Okay. And, okay. Okay. Very good. And that settled Pari. Then, of course, we're saying there were actually not just 10 plagues. So much Hashem did for us. Ilo, Hotziano, Mimitzrayim, Hotziano, Mimitzrayim, Dayeno. Ilo, Hotziano, Mimitzrayim, Hotziano, Mimitzrayim, Dayeno. Atadike, Dayeno, Dayeno. Ten Makkos, Dayeno, 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 and we go through all the Dayenos. If you're not sure what the Dayenos mean, go back. I think it's our second or third shiur where we explain all the details of the Dayenos, why they're so cool, and then of course the ladies were in the front that had a munah and knew that not only is Hashem going to take us out of Mitzrayim, but Hashem's going to show big miracles like splitting of the sea, and they brought out their tambarinot. Okay, moving on, we're saying, Tati, I am starving. I know, son, so am I. We're almost done. Then we're going to speak about the main part, one of the main parts of Magid. Of course, speaking about Yetzias Mitzrayim, whoa, party must have been really hot in there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to bingo. Choshech finally ended. Woo! After 2 long weeks, Choshech ended. Now we're going to move on to 3 major parts. I'm sure you remember your Tati Zamami do it. Everyone say it together. Pesach, Matzah, Mara. Rabbi Gamliel says if you don't say, now Rabbi Gamliel says if you don't say these 3 things, you're not Yotzei Haggadah. Now, it doesn't mean say. You can't just really say Pesach, Matzah, Mara. You have to explain why we did the Korban Pesach, why we did the Matzah and the Mara. So then we do not touch our, who knows why? Children, do you know why? We don't point to our Zroya when we say we ate the Korban Pesach because?
But I want it to look like we're eating the Korban.
Very good. If you remember, we mentioned that we're careful to make sure this doesn't look like a Korban Pesach, so we're not going to point to the Zroya when we speak about the Korban Pesach. But we say, but pretty soon Mashiach's going to come and we're going to point to our Korban Pesach. And we're going to say, Pesach zoo. Why do we bring not Pesach in the zoo? Like this Pesach, like the Hebrew word, yeah? So Pesach, why do we eat the Korban Pesach? I don't know. Well, you do know. Oh yeah, because Pesach means jumping over. You can't even see my lips moving. Okay. Pesach means you jump over and Hashem jumped over all the... Can you even hear what I'm saying? So Pesach means jumping over. He passed over, literally passed over, and Hashem jumped over all the house of the Yidden. None of the Yidden are hit by any plagues, and all the Rishoyim were destroyed. That's what you call Pesach. You're done. Okay. Then we're going to touch our broken matzah. We say, matzah zu, this matzah that we eat. Why? Because the Yidden, the miracle came so fast. Wow, how's Hashem going to get us out of Mitzrayim? There's going to be enough planes. There's going to be enough trains. There's going to be enough food. And how will the Egyptians, are they going to say only 2 at a time? And they have to be a distance of 1.5 meters? How are they going to do Yetzias Mitzrayim? It happened that fast. Because we can all, wow, how's Mashiach going to come? Is he first going to try to convince anyone? Mashiach's coming, the Geula, the coronavirus could end like that. It happened so fast that the Yidden couldn't even make some simple bread. We eat this matzah because, of course, that when the Yidden had to leave Mitzrayim, they had to leave so fast. Hashem revealed himself, schlepped us out of Mitzrayim, and we ended up with, Sometimes, I wonder if they would end up with pizza if we would have been happier. Matzah, as the Zohar says, is michla da asvasa, michla da amnusa, the food of gesund, the food of curing. Make sure everyone has. And the food of amuna, a bit more bitachim mates. And then we say morar, don't grab the morar, you're going to ruin your whole kaira. And morar, we eat this morar because to remember the bitter time. We should always appreciate where we are today. We should always remember the past, to remember how lucky we are to be able to sit at a Seder, that even though there's troubles and Hashem is still helping us, and then we're finally going to say, Hallelujah, and prepare ourselves for the next. What's going on here? We're going to prepare ourselves for the next Becher. We're going to say the first half of Hallel. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. By that time, all your kids are falling asleep. Right? Say, hey, wake up, wake up. And then we're going to say, hallelujah. Now, in Haggadah, we're going to say a new bracha hagafen, but since we didn't really say Haggadah, we're going to rely on our first hagafen. Now, if you don't have a chazin's voice, don't worry, you could still be yaitz to the bracha. And don't talk in the middle of brachas, please. I said stop it. Hagafen. Don't forget haseba. And try to drink the whole thing if you can. Okay, now rachza. Finally, we get to wash our hands, and don't forget, like a goody. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wash the right, and we wash the left, and open 2 and open 3 right. One's on the right, and one's on the left, one's on the right. One's on the... No. We did that in the morning. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Some people actually wash by their Seder table, and they have a silver, beautiful becher. In fact, tonight we should have as much gold and silver, bling the jewelry, gold and silver all over our table. Even though it's usually not nice to show off all your gold and silver, but tonight we want to show the treasure that Hashem gave us, the freedom that Hashem gave us, and we put everything. Wear as much as possible, all your gold, all your silver. Don't forget. I don't want to see you running around your becher on your head. You don't have to wear that silver. Okay, and now we're going to do moitzi. So now that we wash, we go up. Now, I know it's hard, so at least the adults pay attention, because the bracha hamoitzi and matzah really goes on good. It goes on the matzah, and it goes on very good. It goes on the koirech. Really, you should not really speak from washing until Shulchan Aruch starts. For some people, it's very difficult. You should at least try to speak only about things that have to do with the actual Seder. But it's like making a bracha. Once you make hamoitzi, you also want that bracha to go on the koirech. And the tradition is that we actually should not speak from washing our hands all the way till Shulchan Aruch starts. If you can, at least if you're adult, and for some weird reason you're watching this, make sure you don't talk. Okay, then we're going to go and we wash. So now you got to pay attention, okay? The hamoitzi is going to go on all 3 matzahs. So we're going to take all 3 matzahs in our hand. Now really we don't lift this. Like I said, you shouldn't have it over the table. But the hamoitzi bracha, we're going to take all 3 matzahs, and we're going to make Baruch Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam hamoitzi lechem. Now, if you're eating rice cakes, whatever you might be eating there, these are not real matzah. I'm sure you figured out by now. So we're not allowed to eat matzah. But we kind of actually had some Pesach things here. So don't get excited. Our whole house is not Pesach thick. Don't be jealous. But this area, so we're just going to use our crafty model, literally model Seder. So we're going to, if you're eating mezainis, you might have crackers there. Mezainis, you might have your rice crackers, rice thins. So you'll make shahakal. But we're going to make the hamoitzi lechem min haaretz. Then what you're going to do is drop the bottom matzah, because
not on the table.
Not on the table. You're just going to let it out of your hand. So this is really all under your matzah cover. You're going to take 3 matzah and we make hamoitzi. Then we're going to let go of the bottom matzah, because that's for koirech. Now we're going to make the bracha on the mitzvah of matzah, which we're going to do from a piece of the top matzah, a piece from the middle matzah. And we're going to make the special bracha that Hashem gave us, the amazing mitzvah to be able to eat matzah. Baruch Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah hisav v'tzivanu ala chilas matzah. Try to eat that as quick as possible. A kazayas, won't get into those details. So we did matzah, and don't forget to do it leaning. And that's if you're quiet enough. Oh, you can hear your whole house shaking. You feel if you're still enough, you're gonna hear your whole house vibrating from all the crunching. It's actually a cool sound. So be quiet, pay attention when everyone starts munching into their matzah. It's in the yeshivas when they had in all the yeshivas, it was the most fun part. We had like tables and tables of bachrim, and then they would make achilas matzah, and the whole place would start storming. Then we're gonna do maror. So, truth be told, the maror that you might have is already pre-mixed in the grape with wine. But our custom is that the charoisas that's sitting on your Seder plate was not yet mixed with wine. So you put it, now we're going to mix it in our plate. And we're going to take our maror and dip it into our charoisas. Now, I know a lot of you like, lifting the whole charoisas with your maror and having more charoisas than maror. And let's drown it out. But the halacha is actually you should not. We say specifically you should dip it in the charoisas and kind of shake off the charoisas. You want to have that taste, that maror taste. Isn't it great, kids? And you make the bracha of the mitzvah of maror. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam al achilas maror. Look, I'm really eating it. Look, oh, it's such a cool trick. And once you finish that, you're going to take your next piece of maror. This time we're actually not going to dip it into the charoisas there. You want it as dry as possible. So we're going to dip it the charoisas back on the Seder plate. And we're going to take our...
This coronavirus, I need to wear gloves.
Okay, we're going to now take our bottom matzah. We're going to take the yisrael that we haven't touched yet, and we're going to split our yisrael in half to make a special sandwich, because there's a machlokes. How do you eat the Korban Pesach? You eat matzah, maror, and Korban Pesach, or do you do that all together? So in the beginning, well, it's actually a big deal, because if you're not supposed to mix it, then you're not yoitza, because you have to have the flavor in your mouth. If you are supposed to mix it, then you should be mixing it. So we're going to do both. We're first going to not mix it, and then we're going to break our bottom matzah now, and make a special sandwich. So if you're doing that at home, either you have your paper, take your full middle bottom matzah. We're going to break it in half. We're just having technical issues over here. Okay, and crack. Put our thing inside, and we're going to say, Kain Asa Hillel. So Hillel did in the time of the Beis HaMikdash. He would wrap the Pesach, the matzah, and the maror, and eat them together. No, stop it. And eat it together. All right, so he had a piece of meat, and he had a piece. Don't do this with your zroya. We're not eating our zroya tonight. But this is how Hillel actually did it. He would take his meat, he would take the maror, he would put it together, and wrap it together, and eat it all as one, because the pasuk says, Al matzos umeroidim, that you should eat the Korban Pesach on matzah and maror, literally together with matzah and maror. Now, some people say that means when the time that you eat matzah and maror. In other words, during the Seder, you're going to eat matzah, you're going to eat maror, you can eat Korban Pesach. But Hillel said actually the pasuk literally means you should eat it with your matzah and maror. So to do both opinions, first we're going to eat it separately, alachilas matzah, alachilas maror. Then we're going to do what Hillel did. The oichlan yachad, he would eat them together. So, Mr. Sandwich, that you Google and say, who invented the sandwich? Mr. Sandwich, you did not invent the sandwich. The sandwich was done way before you in the time space of English. So if you Google it, I think some or wiki, it says what year the sandwich was created. But we Jews know the truth. It should be called Hillel, not sandwich. All right, we're going to eat it now. Ungalent hey. Because we're eating now the Korban Pesach, well, not really, but we're eating the matzah now, and this is a sign of freedom, so we're going to do this, even though it includes maror, we're going to do this leaning. To your left, boys and girls. Yeah, you remember? I used to do that for supper sometimes when I didn't like it. Chas v'shalom, not a true story. Okay, now we did Kodech. My best part. Shulchan Oidek Mingreit zum Tisch. Fleisch und Fish und alle gute Sachen. Now, finally, we're going to have our Yom Tov Soda. And we're going to start with your, don't try that at home, especially if it's raw. Now, whatever you use for, you might have a marshmallow there, a piece of paper, a real egg. We're going to begin the Su'udah with commemorating the Korban Chagiga. And since it's not meat, like I said, well, why are we eating the Korban Chagiga if we don't eat the Korban Pesach? Well, this is not meat. We're just remembering the tears for the Beis HaMikdash. And we're going to dip it, our Korban Chagiga, into the salt water and eat it. So let this appear. Am I not cool? And that's how we're going to start Shulchan Aruch. We're going to eat. Don't eat the plate. Everything but the plate. Of course, we're not going to go through all the many minhagim of what each family has, how they prepare food, peeling, blah, 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 blah. Now, we finished Shulchan Aruch. Time for
Afikoman.
dessert. Yeah, do you know in some language, afikoman actually means afikuman, means bring out the food, bring out, it means also dessert. And, of course, it's the last taste besides the wine we're going to drink. So make sure that you ate enough and make sure you drink enough before afikoman. We cannot eat after the afikoman. The only thing we're going to do is drink the last 2 cups. But other than that, make sure you drink a lot of water. Make sure you had enough to eat during Shulchan Aruch. There's nothing after this because this is the final mitzvah of the night. This matzah represents the Korban Pesach. And that, in the times of Beis HaMikdash, also the last thing you ate was the Korban Pesach. So you go to sleep with the taste of the Korban Pesach in your mouth. So make sure you're full. Make sure you're hydrated, not dehydrated. And now time to eat afikoman. Where's the afikoman? It's stuck in the bag. Okay, you get a prize, whatever. Okay, and we eat afikoman. We're going to eat it leaning, and we should try to eat it quickly. Nu'ah. All right, enough nu'ahs. We finished. Now we're getting ready to bench. Before we bench every day, we wash my machronim the proper way. On each hand, just a little drop, just to cover the finger top. My machronim, we're Yotel singing. Okay, sure. Now, today we're going to do it differently. Who remembers? How are we going to do it? We're not going to wipe our mouth this time. Because of Gebrux, we're so careful. Remember, we ate our matzah away from the table. So for those that are careful with Gebrux, probably the people that are not careful with Gebrux probably wipe their mouth. But because we're super duper careful with Gebrux, we are going to only do our hands. Don't do that. And good point, little son. The third cup now, because we're going to bench. The third cup is going to be over benching. All right, boys and girls, that was too much greatness for you. Now it's going to be.
I got to cancel last time.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
All right, and we're going to pick it up. If it's a little bit difficult, but if you can, hold your cup until Don't forget to lean on the friend beside. No, don't lean on your friends. Please lean on your pillows. The pillow. No wonder why they have a pillow at the Seder. Okay, and now before we start Hallel, we thank Hashem, and if you remember all the beautiful stories we said in the past Shiurim about the miracles that happened. Not only then, I skipped one beautiful pasuk that we should really sing. And one of the main parts of the Haggadah, Kol Yisrael, Bechal Dar Vadar Chayav Adam Le'Raises Atzmai Ke'ilu Yatsa Mitzrayim Bechal Dar Vadar Chayav Adam Le'Raises Atzmai Ke'ilu Yatsa Mitzrayim. Every generation and every day, the Alter Rebbe says one should look at themselves Can you see you? As if you yourself has left Mitzrayim. Because not only did he take our ancestors, he took us out, and for that we say Hallel. But first want to because we don't only want to worry about the last galus, the galus of the past, but today's galus. We want to be able to thank Hashem for today's galus, and we are going to open up because Eliyahu is the shliach for Geula. We know that before the Geula comes, Eliyahu is going to come and tell all the Jews, Chavre, Mashiach's coming, prepare. After that, Mashiach is coming. The Rebbe actually said that Eliyahu comes every single day now because any day Mashiach can literally come, and just pay attention to those announcements. So we want to open our doors to Eliyahu, the Mevaser Geula, the one that's going to announce that the Geula is about to come. And some have the minhag to stand up when Eliyahu comes in. The Rabbeim's minhag is not to stand up. So you don't, Chabad minhag is not to stand, rather to remain seated. But so many have the custom, like my mommy and my mommy-in-law, my wife's mommy, their family stand. But, and then we say, now, be careful. I know there's only just 4 lines here, but the Rebbeim says that this time is a time to ask whatever you want. You're standing in front of Eliyahu Navi, and it's a time to ask whatever you want. The Rebbe, the Shab told the Frierdiker Rebbe, make sure you're wise. Make sure you're going to ask for the right things. Boys, what are you going to ask for?
Mashiach.
We want Mashiach now. We want Gesund for the world. We want us to be healthy, wealthy, and like the Jews left in wealth out of Mitzrayim, Hashem should take us out of here. And then we're finally going to say the final parts of Hallel. I keep forgetting. We're going to not only fill up our cup, whose cup did we miss? Come on, Eliyahu's cup. And the Rebbe would actually fill it up even before benching. So we fill up the beautiful, grand Eliyahu Navi's cup.
Bit of silver.
And our own cups. And now we're going to do the final cup. We're going to say Hallel over the 4th cup of wine. You see why I need a model Seder? Imagine me sitting by the Seder, forgetting when to fill up the cups. It's good I'm reviewing it. And we're going to say the whole Hallel and the Hallel Haggadol. That's all those. You notice there's 26 psukim, the same amount as Hashem's name. Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey equals 26. And that's why the Hallel, it's called Hallel Haggadah. And of course we say the rest of Hallel. Okay, sing with me, please. And we're going to finish up, and we're going to say Nishmas Kol Chai and Yishtabach Shemcha, and then finally we're going to make a big thank you to Hashem, and the final Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Ba'yirei Peri Agafen. Don't forget to lean. And then we're going to make a special Al HaMichya. Not Al HaMichya, it's called Al HaGefen. I hope you know that if you drink more than a revias of wine, you make Al HaGefen. Or if you eat one of the fruits of Eretz Yisrael, you also make Al HaPeiros. So Al HaMichya is not just for bread. And Al HaGefen, Al HaAretz, V'al Pri HaGefen. Okay, so we actually going to make that Al HaGefen because we already benched and now we made a new HaGefen. So we have to make that, I'm calling Al HaGefen, in other words, the Al HaMichya, but it's for grape juice or wine. And then we're going to finish, and then together with the hope and prayer that by next Seder. By next year doesn't mean, in a year's time Mashiach should come. But it means next year we're doing our Seder, we should already be way into Mashiach's times. So we're already being Yotze for now. That in our model Seder, that we say, but by our next Seder, by the real Seder this year together, L'Shana Ba B'Yerushalayim, L'Shana Ba B'Yerushalayim, L'Shana Ba B'Yerushalayim, L'Shana Ba B'Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim Abnuyah, L'Shana Ba B'Yerushalayim, L'Shana Ba B'Yerushalayim, Everyone, don't forget to send in your pictures and send in and your pictures. We're going to be delivering all our prizes this Sunday at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be an incredible rally. A live rally, Bezos Hashem, with different clips of boys and girls from around Australia, from Perth to New South Wales, all the way to Melbourne with the 12 Sukkim. We have very exciting guests like Mitzvah Boulevard, and we're not going to give away all our surprises, but make sure you're there. There's going to be 5 incredible prizes, like a bike, a drone, a set of the Rebbe's Agada, Back to Basics, and a remote control exciting car. Be there or be square. Are you square? Be there.
L'Shana Ba
B'Yerushalayim.